Hello, all you freaks and freakettes. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I made a video. And, I'll just talk about these. These are my little babies that I showed earlier that I grew up with. This is baby Brenda. And this is Lazy Daisy. I gotta fix her hair, but I cleaned them all up. And scrubbed them really good. They're all super clean. Cleaned their bodies. I took the sand out of this one and filled her with stuffing and stuff because the sand was just leaking out. It was old and gross and everything and stuff. And this one is baby Brenda. Now her body I left on, but it was longer. It's hard to explain. And I put another body on top of her old body. And but her arms were only, how to explain this? Her arms were shorter, so I had to tighten her limbs up here. So she looks like a little baby, and that's okay. I love her. She's super clean now. I don't have to, I took all the stuffing out of her and stuffed her with different stuffing because all that stuff was gross. Cleaned her all up. Her eyes are good. She's a good. So these are my vintage babies. These are my vintage babies from when I was a kid. So anyway, I want to talk, I'll just hold these babies down here. So let's talk about, I was thinking the other day, I went to my daughter's, had a great time, drove her back and forth to work. It all worked out well, as you've probably seen from the other video, if you follow me. If you don't follow me, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, liked my channel, and just made a comment. Just say hi down below if you're new. Just say hi. I'd love that. That'd be perfect. Alrighty. So Freaky Deaky Mind is a channel where I talk about whatever goes on in my life, personal experiences, things that are going on, mental health experiences and growth and challenges and things like that, along with my hobby of my babies. I love all kinds of babies. I'm starting to collect babies again after all those years. You can see some in the back. And I love that. And these are the two babies I had from when I was a kid. I cleaned them up and they are my forever babies. So I was thinking the other day, well, this morning I was in the tub, I was having a bath and preparing because my daughter's coming this way for Mother's Day weekend. Yay! So I was thinking that when I was thinking about some mental health things, and I was interested in how, for the most part, supporting someone with any kind of mental health struggles, what we tend to do is, and I'm not saying it's wrong, it's a different perspective. Can it be not a great thing at times? What I'm saying is we tend to support, encourage in a way that validates how someone is feeling. And sometimes all that validation and all that sort of, that's okay. It's okay. Let's do this, let's do that. Just trying to make life easier for someone who's struggling. Do you think that could cause, you let me know in the comments, do you think over time that may cause someone, what's the word I'm trying to use? Someone that may make excuses for behaviors and relate it all to their diagnosis, right? And not take ownership for where they fall short. Like, it's easy to say, yeah, I did that because, I was having a bad day and my mental health is bad and I was depressed and anxious and all that. And, and the other person says, yeah, okay, I understand. You do have this condition. You do have this. Instead of taking ownership, and from say a teen and stuff, right up, you're not taking ownership for your shortcomings, where you fall short, your mistakes, your lies, your excuses, your this or that. Kind of like someone who has an addiction, and that is a mental health, but it's different. But some people say, you know, you do have to pull back. You can't enable someone with an addiction because they're using excuses. You're saying in your mind, well, that's okay. My son has this issue, or my daughter has this issue, or whatever. I'm going to help them out. But if you keep doing that, they never really hit their rock bottom. When do they actually have to say, this is my issue, I'm the problem? And I think that sort of for mental health too, because sometimes, like myself, I had to force myself to get well, force myself to recognize the issues because I had to. I had to earn a living. You know, I had to do that. I had to go and get support. I had to go in the public. I had to care for my children. I had to get dressed. I had to shower. But if you don't have those things, it's easier to not get dressed, to not shower, to not do anything. And I can see how that could easily happen over time, especially as you age, and especially if you have no one to be accountable to, meaning you don't have little people, you don't have a partner, you don't have maybe anybody checking in on you. It becomes something that you really have to be self-aware of. So maybe support can be a little different. Like, I'm not saying we support someone different per se. How we, the person with the disorder or the struggle, how we can try to look at ourselves differently. Meaning, yes, I have this issue. Yes, I'm having a hard day. I'm going to give myself a couple days to kind of figure that out. But then I got to force myself to do this, that, and the other thing instead of making excuses. Because what I discovered in a professional manner, it was easy for families to enable people and to make excuses for their family member that may be ill or that maybe is struggling, right? So they didn't have to go grocery shopping because we brought groceries to them. They didn't have to do their laundry because we went once a week and did it for them. They didn't have to visit because we just set things on the outside of the door for them so they could bring it in, right? And it's such a hard thing because in a way, you want to say, you want to help because it's hard. I mean, I can see that doing that temporarily, but if you continue to do it, the person never has to face their fears or face their anxiety or face what makes them uncomfortable. Like, everybody has different triggers, and we know what our triggers are if we really are self-aware of our own disorders and illnesses or just our own personalities. We know what triggers us. I know what triggers me. And I'm not saying that we just stop helping people. What I'm saying is having conversations with people that have disorders, for them maybe to possibly look at the fact that they have to face the grocery shopping someday. You know, you can't do it forever. You're not going to be there for them forever. They have to pay their bills someday. You can't do it forever for them. They have to do their laundry. They have to clean up. They have to do these things. Because if they don't, when you're not there, what's going to happen with them? Eventually it'll be in an adult protection situation and someone will be forced into a home. So by helping, we think we're helping, by enabling, for not short time, but for long time, you're setting someone up for failure. You literally are setting people up for failure. And it's sad because you need to set people up to live independently. Kind of like we have our kids, right? You want to get your kids, and I don't want to really compare that to a disorder. It's different, but you don't want to set your kids up for failure. Life is tough. You want to make sure that they do the things that they need to do to prepare themselves for when they are on their own. That you're not running over every little thing, that you're not solving all the problems, that you're not making all the things easy because you do not want to rock the boat, because you're scared that it would get worse. But sometimes hitting a rock bottom is the only way we do get better. And if someone never really hits a rock bottom, then they'll definitely hit it when you're not around. And I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. I'm just someone who has lived experience, family experience, and professional experience in a workplace as support worker, not as a psychologist, psychiatrist, or any way, shape, or form. Just experience supporting people and different things I've seen. I've seen people being really enabled, right? And saved. And, it's just, think about it. If you run over there and always tie your kids' shoes, they'll never learn to tie them. Simple way to put it, I guess. Of course, if your child has a sore arm or something, you're going to do that till it starts to get better, right? If someone's in a state of acuteness, psychosis, of course, you're going to do things until they start to get better. But then you have to back up. Then you have to allow the person to start caring for themselves. That's our ultimate goal when it comes to support. To encourage and to share and to teach our kids, our family, whoever, how to care for themselves. Because you're not going to be there forever. All right, guys, have yourselves a great day. I got to go watch some videos. I've been watching From on Paramount. Oh my gosh, I like that show. Did you know it's all like in Nova Scotia? It's all filmed in Nova Scotia. It's pretty cool. Beaver Break. You look it up. Do some research. FROM, From. It's if you like that kind of sci-fi kind of thriller type shows, you like this. I like it quite a bit. I watched everything I could on Paramount. Now I got to wait once a week, which I don't like so much. However, because I'm so spoiled, right? I'm used to getting things immediate. I immediately get to watch what I want to watch. Anyhow, I want to thank everybody. And once again, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, make a comment, share your experiences, your strength, your hope, and all kinds of different avenues of your life, because that's what Freaky Deaky Mind is. I'm sharing with you my freaky mind. You share it with me in the hopes to help other people, not to bring people down. None of that. We don't bring people down. None of that. No judging, right? Just sharing how you got through a situation may be beneficial for someone else. They may not use the same situation. It may not help them whatsoever. But it gives hope that they can get through it too. And that's what matters. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.